Hi, this is Art Williams, and this is the second take on this video. I did a 15-minute video just a while ago, and then I realized that I had made somewhat of a factual error in something I said. But what I wanted to do here is make a video and then put it on my blog, which I've recently reinstated, wonderingsalsero.com. And I wanted to have stuff on there that's useful for people that are coming down to Medellin, because it really is a beautiful city. I've been in Colombia a little over 3 months, maybe 3 months, not 3 months, 3 years and 3 months, something like that. I was in Barranquilla for 2.5 years, and then about 7 months ago I came to Medellin, primarily because I thought it would help my social life. In a way it did, in a way it didn't, but I'm glad I came because the weather here is absolutely gorgeous. And there's a lot more sights and sounds in Medellin than there was in Barranquilla. Barranquilla is a nice town, don't get me wrong. Anyway, what I wanted to do is give you an idea of what it's like to get around the town. You're going to be taking taxis in most cases, and these yellow ones right here, that's what they look like. If you're not taking taxis, if you're going to be here for a while, you would be well advised to learn the bus system, because the bus fares are only 2,100 pesos, and that's only, about 75 cents, and you can't beat that. The only thing you have to do, as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you, Medellin buses. You just have to learn your way around. Let me see. Okay, you see right there, this Florencia bus? You see that sign in the front window? Well, if you can learn the names of the areas where you want to go, there's a sign there, you see, and there's one there, and there's one there. Now you'll also notice that each of these buses have different color schemes. And I've never been able to verify this with anybody, but what I think, the way that they work it here, I think that these different buses are all different companies. In other words, this company is a different company, or at least it's a company that they have a different route, because all the buses that say Metro on them like that will be green, and all the buses that say Floresta San Juan will be this red and white and green scheme, and this is, whatever it is. So I think that's the way that they work that. But if you can learn if you can learn what to look for, a lot of times if you're just standing on the corner, like right there, see those people, and this bus, they don't speed, but the letters on those signs are really kind of small, and if you're not quick, you can't see it. Okay, but you see there's lots of different kinds of buses here, and they're usually not crowded. At certain times of the day you would have to stand, but you wouldn't always. Now, what I wanted to do though is I wanted to show you Medellin map. I wanted to show you that. Let's see here. Find a nice one. Well, just in case you don't know, this is where Medellin is in the map. Barranquilla that I was talking about, Barranquilla and Cartagena and Santa Marta are up here. This is called these people are called costeños, people of the coast. Cali is down here. Bogota is, I think, a little south of Cali. Hold on, there's one more thing I wanted to find. Okay, there's actually two things I wanted to find, but one of them is I wanted to refer you to this magazine. Again, if you've never been here, you want to do as much homework as possible. This magazine, MedellinLiving.com, is an excellent magazine. It really is. They have just some excellent articles. And they do have a lot of articles about accommodations, hostels. There's a lot of hostels in Medellin. Anywhere from $10 is fairly common. You might even find some that are $9. And those are the ones that are for the international travelers. There are hostels that cater to Latin American travelers that would possibly be even a little bit less. But there's articles here about what they consider to be the better hostels. If it resolves here, and you can see it. Get rid of that. Okay, and they have articles about taking a taxi, I have a lot of good visa articles, but I want to get back to the map of Medellin and show you some things, some distances. Okay, I'm back. Here's what I was looking for. This is your old friend Google Maps, and this outline right here, I believe that is maybe the political area of Medellin. But what was initially confusing to me is that Medellin sits sort of in a valley, and in the center spine of it, which kind of goes a little bit north and slightly east, and it goes south with a little bit west, that's sort of the spine of it. And there's some major roads there. We can zoom in here. See, here's the Medellin River, and while I'm at it, let me just show you that. Okay. It's not actually a river like you would think. It's kind of pretty, but it's what the Calampets would call a concrete pond. There's a picture of it right there. That's what it looks like right there, like that. The water moves pretty fast in it, I will tell you that. And there's a lot of bridges over it. You can see in this picture right here. Actually, although I think that's in the future. This is someplace north of the city. I'm curious to know where that is myself. I haven't found it yet, though. But this is sort of typical of what it looks like. And there's a lot of bridges that cross it. And if you're down here, you'll go across it several times and you'll see it. The water is usually brown like that. Okay. But that's the Medellin River. Where was I? Back on Medellin. Anyway, that's like here. Now, you see this icon right here? Medellin has a very good public transportation system. They have a metro train that's an elevated train. And these are the stations right here. Caribe is one. Cisneros is one. There's a line over here that at some place here, it's called San Antonio. This is the area where I live. See that little blue dot right there? That's where I live. And this shopping center right here, Unicentro, is the one where I do most of my shopping at. But and this area over here is the old downtown. And it's kind of interesting, really, if you don't mind. But you're going to have to bargain, and you won't find a lot of people down there that speak English. But that's one of those places where you find just shops and shops and shops and shops and shops. This is a sideline, Suramericana, Estadio, and then Floresta. I used to live right here in this Laureles area, and I lived on Calle 35. I'll show you, because I'll give you an idea of the taxi fare. Let's see, 35. Come on. Damn it. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm a little more south. 37, 35. Where did I live? Hold on. Ah, yes. Yeah, this, matter of fact, this Capriccio Pizzeria, I've eaten there. It's very nice and very reasonably priced. They custom make your pizza for you. Anyway, I used to live right about, I lived on this street, and I'm looking for 83A. Dadgummit. Well, I know it's right here. Oh, 83B. There, yeah, I lived right there. My point is, I could walk from here down to the corner, turn left, and then walk up to this shopping center right here. Now, this was not one of the bigger shopping centers in Medellin, but for a neighborhood shopping center, it's really pretty much what everybody wants. It has the Éxito as the primary store. Éxito is similar to a Target in the USA. Now there's some other, but I could make that walk in 10 minutes. Taxi ride from my house, which was what, around here to there, would have been around 5,000 to 6,000 pesos. Depends on whether the guy had to wait at a light here or not. The taxi fare coming back was a little bit more just because of the traffic patterns. and I would wind up typically paying $6 or $65. Now, speaking of taxis, I will tell you, I almost always tip the driver 1,000 pesos because that's only 33 cents, and they really, really do appreciate it. You are highly unlikely to have any problems with the taxi drivers in Medellin. Just don't be a jerk, because they're nice people, and I've even had a few ladies, but more often than not, they'll ask you where you're from, and if you speak a little English, a lot of times they'll think that you speak Spanish, and then they'll start chattering away in Spanish to you. So you need to learn how to say whoa. You need to learn how to say whoa. I only speak a little bit of Spanish. And me, I tell them I just had a year in high school, which is right. But I was going to talk about another shopping center. It's called Los Molinos. And hold on, I'm going to find it. Yeah, I found it. It's right here. Molinos. They call the shopping centers down here, they call them Centro Comerciales. You need to learn that. If you say shopping center, most of them, a lot of them won't, the taxi drivers won't know. If you say Centro Comercial, they'll know it. But this Molinos is very nice. It's a 3-story shopping center. They have a theater there and an Éxito. And I would guesstimate, you see that this is the main traffic artery right here. And then this is my street. So that was about a 7,000 or 8,000 peso, probably closer to an 8,000 peso trip. Because the meter is going to start out at 3,200 pesos. And then it goes up gradually. The most I've ever paid, and that was to go from, literally from up around here down to around here, was I think around 14 or 15,000. Okay, so the taxis are a good deal. Let me see. The other thing I was going to mention to you too. You'll notice that if you look for an apartment, that the closer you live to this central axis right here, the more it's going to cost. The further out you get up here, you get into the lower economic zones. They call them communes, or there's another word for it, I forget. But anyway, when you get here, as a matter of fact, let me go back to Medellin and I'll show you. Medellin Vista, V-I-S-T, Medellin. I'll just show you. Okay, now this is actually what the city looks like. But if you'll notice, whoops, like right here, you'll see that the land goes up a little bit to the left. So Medellin, in my mind, I would say it sort of sits in a little valley, although it's not a little valley. There's several places in the town that have these really pretty hills like this, and some of them have something on them and some of them don't. I think some of them are actually parks, but it kind of looks like something you'd see in Italy or northern Italy, you know. You can see another example down there. And then here, again, you can see the rise, and you see right here, you can see how these buildings are built on almost like on a mountainside. This is an example of the tram right here. The tram is metro is very clean. It's very, very safe. And what else is interesting? Let's see. There's some more. You can see some of the mountains on the side. It's well lit up at night. There's usually a slight breeze here, not a big breeze. That's Botero Plaza. This Botero guy, if you know anything about art or sculpture, you'll know him. Some of his statues are outside, and then there's a museum, which I think that's it right there. You can go in. It's an excellent tour. I spent 2 hours in there and just thoroughly enjoyed it. You can take pictures as long as you don't use flash. Now, the more lower economic zones, there's not as many pictures of it here as I thought, but this is an example of what it looks like. My understanding is that these areas started to grow as Colombians were displaced with the war with the guerrillas, which I think has recently been resolved in Colombia. There's another good example. You can see the mountains and stuff. And when you get up in this area right here, then those houses all tend to be just, built the same way, and they're not real pretty and stuff like that. But there's, good people up there too, though. Let me see if I can find Medellin communes, just to give you an idea. Well, there's some pictures right there, see, and one right there. A lot in some of them you'll see the houses are these Latin American colors. Oh, one more thing that I'll show you. One of the things that you want to see is this park, Arville Park. This is it right here. You take the metro up to Acevedo Station. It's in the northern part, the northern half of the metro line. And then you get off, and then you take these cable cars going actually east. And there's actually two of them. You have to go up a little bit, and then you transfer, and then you go to another one. But when you finally get up there, you get this is the part that I saw, and I saw that part and that part. I guess there is a stream up there. I never saw it. I don't think that was there though. But there's the little cable lines. It's quite a ride. It'll take you, once you get off of the metro at Acevedo Station, then it'll be about a 20-minute cable car ride, or two rides, until you get off at the station up there at Arville. But they have a really nice walking tour up there that's, I think, 20,000 pesos, which is only about $6.50. And really, really nice. Okay? And that's Parque Arville. Now, you'll undoubtedly get some tourist literature. While we're at it, let me just do this. Medellin, I'll show you another, that's some places that should be on your first list. Botanical Garden. This is Medellin Botanical Garden. Really, real nice. They have a part in there that has a lot of butterflies too. This is in the center of it. They occasionally have festivals of various kinds there, but they have a circular walkway that you can walk around it, and you just see, it's just amazing the diversity of the bushes and the trees and stuff you have there. There's an example, and there's a good example. They have concerts there sometimes. They have like a little lagoon, and it's just so beautiful. There's another place too that I went to just maybe 2 weeks ago, called what is it? Cerro Volador, yeah. Eagle Hill. Let me get rid of that. Cerro Volador, Medellin. This is it. Then that's it right there. And you can see that it also, it's not as big. In a sense, it's not as big anyway. But they have a little circular way you can walk around. And there weren't a whole lot of people there when I was there. It was a weekday when I was there. But again, I got some pictures of that place. They have a place up there that has a lot of butterflies. They have some benches you can sit at and watch. They do have a policeman up there. Someplace down toward the bottom part of the hill got robbed or something while me and my lady friend were there. But I just mentioned that just because it was kind of interesting. I don't think the average guy is not going to have anything to worry about. But there's an example of the walkway, and there's an example. That's more representative of what it looks like. I mean, it's really, really green. I remember that place right there. You can look off there and you can see all of that part of Medellin. It's really nice. They have sort of like a little clubhouse, and they have a little metal butterfly there. This is a map. It's just really nice. So Botanical Gardens and Arville Park and Cerro Volador. Volador apparently means eagle. Those are places I would recommend. And of course you got tons of Catholic churches, if that popery is your kind of deal. And there's lots of museums here. Let me see, I'll show you. Let's see, the Antioquia Museum of Antioquia. I really recommend that. That's what it looks like. It's in Botero Plaza. They're right on, sitting there on it. And it's near a metro station. As a matter of fact, it's near Barrio Berio. That's the inside of it. And there's some Botero statues out in the plaza, but there's a lot more inside, plus a lot of his paintings. And you can get some real nice pictures there. I tell you, there's a restaurant near there, a place called Hot Sun, Hothsun. It's a little cafe. It's a fried rice place. And they have absolutely delicious fried rice. And they have a 4,500 peso personal plate that will totally fill you up, brother, I'm telling you. But it's really, really good stuff. So you can see some of that. You can look this up on your own Google. It's the Museum of Antioquia. Antioquia is the state. I don't know how many states Colombia has. It's 20-something, I think. But that's where Medellin is. Okay, so anyway, I hope this has been valuable to you. And visit my site again. I'm going to try to put more interesting and useful stuff up there because Medellin has a lot to offer, and it's unfortunately most people in the world just have no idea how cool Colombia is and how nice Medellin is. All right, bye.